Hi guys! Long time no speak! I have not made a video in I think something like 2.5 months. It might even be closer to 3 months, which is crazy. I did not mean really to take a proper break from YouTube. I meant to take a couple of weeks off just because I was at a point where a lot of my shows that I've been reviewing were finished and I was sort of running a little bit low on inspiration and things were hectic at work and stuff. So I was going to take a couple of weeks off, and a couple of weeks turned into a month, turned into 2 months, and before you know it, we're already into October. So apologies for the fact that things have been pretty quiet around here, but I am back and I am going to make a sort of like life update sort of video. Not that there's really all that much to update you on, but just a sort of getting back into the swing of things video at some point over the next week or two. But for now, let's get on with the very important matter at hand, which is reviewing episode 1 of season 7 of Once Upon a Time, Hyperion Heights. Now, the last Once Upon a Time video that I did was my review of the season 6 finale, and I had said that after that I was going to do a sort of like my thoughts on season 7 sort of video, and I ended up not doing that simply because I really didn't know what to say about it, to be honest, because I felt like I was so heartbroken that Jen was leaving and that Emma wasn't going to be in it anymore, because that is what that show has been to me. If you have watched my Once Upon a Time review videos before, you know that Emma Swan is the most important character to me in my life, not just in Once Upon a Time, and so it did take a little bit of adjusting to get used to the fact that she's not going to be in it anymore. And so I felt like I had really complicated feelings about it, because although I really wanted to watch season 7 for Robert Carlyle and Colin O'Donoghue and Lana Parrilla, who I love to pieces, and for Adam and Eddie, who I really love as the creators of the show, and for all the writers who I really, really love and trust and think are incredible, I wanted to really be on board, but I think I just needed some time to process the fact that I'm not going to really be getting any Captain Swan scenes next episode, guys. Thank heavens. But I'm not going to get much Captain Swan stuff. I'm not going to get much in the way of Emma at all. Obviously she's going to be referenced because she's always going to be a huge part of the show, but in terms of screen time I'm not going to get any time with her. And while I'm so happy for Jane and I'm so pleased for her that she's really just going after all these amazing projects and doing all these things that she wants to do and not being kind of boxed in, you know, for the rest of her career, you know, I am going to miss her. However, I wanted to remain as positive as possible, and that's why I kind of didn't really talk about season 7 much on social media. I usually am talking about Once all the time, but in the lead up to this I didn't really say very much because I just wanted to kind of go in with a completely open mind and just see how things go. And thankfully I feel incredibly positive about it. I kind of felt like from the first few moments of the episode I was in, and I'd liked the little trailers and I'd liked the little sneak peeks, and I felt fairly positive about it, but I was like, oh, don't get your hopes up, we'll wait and see. And I just thoroughly enjoyed this episode. So first things first, I think that Andrew West is doing a great job as grown-up Henry. I think that he has really been an excellent choice. Feels extremely weird to say, never thought that I was going to be saying this about this show, but I feel like I am developing a little bit of a crush on Henry. Grown up adult Henry, because obviously, you know, every other season we've known Henry as a child, whereas now he's like a proper grown up, and I approve thus far. So I'm absolutely loving the Henry and Cinderella storyline so far. So I know that this is probably what they were going for, and as always they have delivered on that, but I feel like the chemistry between Andrew and Dania, who are playing Henry and Cinderella, is working really, really well. I'm actually on board for this other, like, alternate Cinderella situation, because I feel like the way that they've kind of gone about explaining it and saying that Henry's found all these different books with all these different versions of these stories and he's never been in any of them, and so he wanted to find his own story, I think it's really interesting. And I do like the fact that they've mirrored what happened with Henry and Emma with Lucy and Henry. I think that that's working really nicely. I think Dania is amazing. I think she is like totally kick-ass and badass and everything that you want her to be, and I feel like in the Enchanted Forest side of things she is this very sort of kick-ass character, where I feel like Cinderella generally, and even in the earlier incarnation of Cinderella in this story, she got there in the end, but I feel like there was that little bit more guardedness with her, whereas I feel like this Cinderella is like just really going for it, and so I really do approve of that. I think she's great, and I also think that in real life, you know what I mean, in the Hyperion Heights scenario, she's really sort of reminded me of Emma a little bit. I'm getting sort of like early season 1, season 2 Emma vibes from Jacinda. So I'm really loving that so far. I got my hair cut the other day and it is driving me absolutely crazy. It's not wanting to sit the way that I wanted to, so never mind. Do ignore the fact that I'm playing around with it. So Lucy is a little star. I think she is incredible. I'm absolutely loving her so far, and I think that she's got such a feisty, fiery little personality, and she just, again, I love that sort of mirroring of like early days Henry with now his daughter. I just think it's such a lovely way of moving the story forward. So Lucy is being played by Alison Fernandez, and I think that she is an excellent little actress. I think she's doing such a good job with the part, and she's just so appealing and you're rooting for her, and it's just so much like early days Henry. I just think that that has worked really, really well. I'm really liking the kind of alternate reality versions of Hook and Rumpel and Regina. We've seen little glimpses of Rumpel, we've not spent much time with him yet, but I just very much appreciate Hook / Killian / Colin O'Donoghue in a police officer's uniform. That's something that I appreciate, but I just kind of love the fact that this alter ego for him, I'm not going to pretend that I don't hate the fact that it's another curse where they've lost their memories, because although I love the parallels, I love a good parallel, I love a good, like, you know, reworking of a story to, you know, turn it on its head or whatever, but they've lost their memories and forgotten each other so many times. However, since that is the direction that they are going in with it, I really appreciate the fact that he is a police officer and that he's on like the right side of the law, and I feel like it's the character that Killian ended up being by the end. He was like working with Emma in the sheriff's office, and you know, on the hero's side, and I like that that's reflected in the fact that, you know, he's an officer of the law in Hyperion Heights. Love that Regina's running a bar. Ronnie, I quite like it. I like Ronnie, I think it's good. Also, if it's short for Veronica, which I assume it is, love the name Veronica. I have a lot of positive associations with that. Veronica Mars, love. Veronica Lodge, love. Veronica Hastings, love. It's a good name. If you know who all of those characters are, by the way, shout out in the comments down below, because you have excellent taste in television. But anyway, yeah, so I really have liked the sort of new incarnations of these characters so far, and I'm very interested to see where they're going to go with it. I loved Ronnie's big speech at the end. I don't know so far how I feel about the character of Victoria. I don't know if it's just because I have such a fondness for Regina, and so I don't know, I sort of feel like she's sort of stepping into that like evil queen position for this new version of the story, and I've just not sort of warmed up to her yet. But then I suppose I didn't like Regina to begin with. In fact, I definitely didn't. She was, you know, she was awful, and it took all, you know, 6 seasons to really learn everything that there was to know about Regina and everything that she'd been through, and to teach her that, you know, the path of the evil queen wasn't the right way to go. So maybe it's going to be the same with Victoria / Lady Tremaine. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know thus far how I feel about this. I have to admit, I did like the Devil Wears Prada-esque entrance into the episode. I thought that was good. Adelaide Kane, I watched her when she was in Neighbours. Actually, I haven't watched Rain. Is it Rain that she's in? She's in another show that I haven't actually watched, but I watched her back when she was just a young'un in Neighbours, playing Lolly Carpenter. So it was really bizarre to see her all grown up, and it's really nice to see her doing so well. Obviously I haven't spent a great deal of time with her character yet. I think she's probably going to be quite an interesting one and one to watch. So yeah, I am enjoying that so far. Loved the little Alice from Wonderland moment, and I loved that it was that was how it was kind of worded when he said, oh, Alice from Wonderland, and she's sort of like, oh, you take one mad trip and that's all anybody knows you from. I'm from other places too, kind of thing. I like that. Thought she was good. I like that actress. I don't know who she is, but I'll need to look her up. But I thought that I quite like that. So she's going to be kind of like a little like sidekick for Rumpel's character. Quite like that. I think that that's going to be good. And obviously Rumpel, you know, being some sort of detective, being paired up with Hook at the end, or I'm going to have to call them by their names in this season, which are Rogers for Hook, and I don't know what Robert Carlyle's Weaver. got my screen next to me there, had to check. But I think that's going to be interesting. And what I really did enjoy was when Killian was given the storybook, and he looked through it and he opened it and he saw the picture of Emma. You could just feel that he knew her, or that she felt familiar, or that he felt something for her. Because he always does, because they always find each other, and they will find each other, and it will all be fine. I kind of like that Henry in this world is an author who's managed to write one successful book, and it's a fairy tale book, and it's the fairy tale book, and now he's struggling to write anything else. I thought it was so sad when he was talking to Lucy, and Lucy's saying, you know, you're my dad and my mum's your wife, and you just don't remember us because we're cursed, or everyone's cursed and I'm the only one that knows. And he said, you know, I had a wife and a kid and they died in a fire, and, you know, that's how I know I'm not your father. And oh, that was really sad. I don't want him to have like traumatic memories of something horrific like that. But yeah, I so far I'm feeling very positive. I enjoyed it a lot, and although it's not the same show, that's kind of just how I'm taking it. I'm like, the Once Upon a Time that existed before is not the same as this Once Upon a Time. That's what they're saying. It's a new book, it's a new story, it's a new start. It just happens to have a few of the same characters kind of transitioning through it. And as long as Killian and Regina, you know, Rumpel can do what he wants at this stage, but as long as Killian and Regina get back to Storybrooke at some point, and Killian gets back to Emma and their child, which I hope exists, which we'll probably find out about next episode, I'll be happy. I watched the sneak peek that Leanne Aguilera at ET Now put out on Twitter from episode 2. Oh, it was very lovely. I think I've been sort of blocking out how much I have missed Captain Swan from my life until I saw that, and I was like, oh, it just like hit me right in the chest. So if you felt that way too, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next episode. I'm really excited, and I'm also sort of dreading it, because I'm excited from the point of view that, you know, it's Captain Swan. I'm going to get to spend time with them. I'm going to get to find out what happened with Emma and see, you know, what their lives were like for the time between what's happening now and where we left off at the end of season 6. And hopefully they had at least a little bit of happy married life. I assume that they did, since Henry's like a grown-ass man by this point. So, you know, I'm hoping that there was at least a little bit of time for them to be happy and hopefully have a baby in between, you know, what happened in 6 and what's happening now. But I guess we'll just have to wait for the next episode to find out. As I say, I'm simultaneously dreading it because I know that it's really going to be my last ever Captain Swan fix. Unless I would really like to think, and I'm sure that she would, because she loves this cast and she loves these people and the writers and the crew and all that so much, that at the very end, whenever that may be, whether that's the end of 7 or 8 or 12 or however many seasons they do, I would really hope that Jane would come back for another episode so that Emma and Killian could be reunited and everything could work out nicely for them. But you know, until that time, such a time, if it ever happens, this is going to be the last Captain Swan fix, and I don't know that I'm ready for that, but I don't really have much of an option. Okay, so it is late. It is currently, well, it's not that late, but it is just before 9 o'clock, and I really want to edit this before I go to bed, and I also have to have a shower. So I'm gonna go do all that, and hopefully this video will be up for you guys tomorrow. If it's not, it'll probably be the next day, which will be Wednesday. I think that the episode comes out on UK Netflix tomorrow, so that actually might work out as quite good timing, but we will see. I just wanted to show you my jumper because look, I'm wearing a colour that is not black, which I feel quite proud of actually. I was in work today and even my boss was like, you're wearing a bright colour. And I was like, I know, I'm changing things up. But I really like this jumper. It says sisterhood on it, which I appreciate a lot. I got it in the sale in New Look, but I think it's very cute, and yeah, I like it a lot. I really missed talking to the camera, so I'm going to make a bunch of videos. I think what I'm actually going to do is, a lot of my favourite shows are coming back. I've also started watching The Good Place, which can't say enough good things about. So I think that what I'm probably going to start doing, or what I'm going to try and do, my aim from now on, which is actually asking a lot because it's going to be 4 videos a week, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do, but I'm going to try my best, is to review Once Upon a Time, The Good Place, Riverdale and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend every week. We'll see how that goes. My other new TV obsession, I'm just going to tell you about this since I'm sitting here anyway, and I say new. Since I last filmed, I have binge watched all of RuPaul's Drag Race. It is now my favourite thing in the world. I have already been to see Latrice live, Latrice Royale, who's just incredible, and I'm going to go and see Bianca Del Rio next year with Emma. We're very excited, we have tickets. And like the dream would be to go and see Jinx and Sasha and Adore and just so many of them. I love it, it's incredible. But I'm going to talk about that in another video because I don't have time right now and this is a once upon a time video, so got to keep the train of thought. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on season 7 so far, how you feel about it, if you have been hooked already like I have, or if you're still a bit unsure. Either way, let's have a chat about it. I hope that you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching, and again, sorry for the very lengthy absence. I have really missed talking to you guys, so I am very happy to be back. Okay, I'm gonna go, but I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.